Here we are at fabulous Southfield, the hop of angling. There you go, look, beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. You can't believe it, can you? How much rain are we supposed to have? It's anyway, parked behind this peg, as you can see. Everyone's in a line, look, in order. I can't believe how well they've parked. Look at that. How good's that for parking? Hey, unbelievable. Right, we were drawn. It's Wednesday Open. I qualified last week when I won the match for the final on our Wednesday Open. We have a final every year, so I don't have to worry about that. Just worry about winning the match. And I've drawn a decent area today, 43, as you can see. My favourite peg is 45 and 46, which is just down there. They're my favourite pegs on Lake Wye, because all I do when I come here, I just drive down that lane. You can't get any further than that, just park, get out and just fish there. That's why I always fish there. So if I could do any coaching on the Orient past, when I did coaching, I just went and fished there, because it's simple. You just walk up that little ramp there, start fishing. They all seem a bit wider than pegs as well, I don't know why, but anyway. So same procedure. If you've watched my other videos, I've two rods set up, 11 foot all round marvellous with 4,000 marvellous reel, 5,000 on my 12 foot rod, marvellous all rounder, which is all I use on the bream rods, beautiful for this game. And then just pinkies, maggots, worms, straightforward, like that, red worms, dendrobenas, straightforward. And it's as simple as that really. Just chop a few worms up and see if we can keep catching. And got a few fish left. I left a couple behind the other day on Sunday. I was a bit disappointed with myself. Didn't fish a great match, but that happens. It's easy to get it wrong on here. Just being on the wrong line is quite difficult. So anyway, we brought Ben today. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Look, after some treats. Hey mate, you're right. So what's the dinner? What we got there? I've got, look at that. We've got a bit of ham. We've got corned beef, and there was some cheese risotto. All is that the cheese? It's a mouse. All the eats the cheese, leaves all the nice bits, don't you? But anyway, that's his dinner. So he's happy. But the weather's just horrible, isn't it? Look at it, it's raining now. Just started raining again. Just fed up with it. I've got Barry next peg. He normally brings a pork pie, which Ben normally goes and sits with him. I've been next peg 3 or 4 times in Barry the last couple of years, and he ain't brought Ben a pork pie, so he won't be talking to him. He won't be happy. And I've got Neil stead at the side of me, and Glenn just down there. So we're in good company. We'll have a bit of a giggle, a bit of a laugh. We've already had a natter about Leeds United. Got some big Leeds fans round here. So no different to how I've been fishing really. At the moment I can't see any reason to change it. Weather ain't warmed up, so it's going to be 50 to 55 metres and 30 metre line. And it is a bit different here because it's deeper, closer. When I say deep, it's 3 to 4 foot, but it is there. Whereas when you're on the canal bank up there, it's really shallow inside, and that's why the other day I didn't feed a short line. In the woods it's really shallow close, and I didn't think they'd come in, but they did. They did, even though wind were off his back slightly, they still came in, and I didn't have a lining, so my own fault. I think I left a couple of fish behind with that, but that's what happened. So yeah, straightforward. It's simple fishing, just trying to get 10 pulls. You get 10 pulls and you're relying on the size of fish, but really they normally catch good fish here in this little area. There's normally a lot of fish in this area. I'm not disappointed. If I could have put my tattle anywhere, I'd put it further down in 60s where wind's blowing. I'd have sooner have been down there, but I can't grumble at this area. It's a nice area, and we've got a bit of room because Barry no mates there, sat on his own. So it's created a bit of room for us, so we'll see what happens. I'll let you know, but I'm quite looking forward to it. And I think you'll need £20, low £20 today, unless somebody down there. What happens is with wind, they all go down there, with wind. Just follow wind. Other week when I was up there in 20s, wind was that way, and there were all fish were up there. So wind oriented, but that's typical bream fishing, isn't it? You know, just follow the wind. So here in the middle, I'm not grumbling at this anyway, so I'll let you know how we get on. Well, the truth is we know nothing about fishing. Absolutely nothing. What a lovely day. And Neil's out. 13 metres, and I thought, well, there'd be note on that line, not bothered about that line. So I fished 30 and 50. For an hour and a half, I'd got 5 and he'd got 5. Mixture. Like 50 metres. And I've come to my 30. I couldn't get a bite. I've not had a bite at 30. And Neil, after 3 hours, Neil's picked pole up, gone in, got one first, chuck a bream. I was like, what? Now, I got a couple of liners, indications, and then he's put it down, gone back out, and I entered a fish then. Then I got one, and he got one straight away, and he got a big one. He's come back on pole and got one, and it went 13-7. He had 13 fish, and I had 7. And I'm like, wow. And then at 2 o'clock, 2 hours to go, I've put 3 feederfuls in at 14 metres. And in the last hour, I've had £15. I've had 6 bream. Honestly, and I think I've got 17 fish, including a perch, and he's got 17 fish. We've both got 17 fish. He's got 2 perch and an eel in that, and I've got a 4 ounce skimmer. And so there's going to be nothing in it. I think we've both got 28 to £30. But honestly, on that, I'm gobsmacked on pole line. Now you can tell it's very windy, so obviously that wind's changing. It will blow in from there, and it's blowing straight at us now. Whether that's how to do it, I don't know. I've not had a bite at 30 metres, so I've caught him either 50 or on my pole line. Now you do catch on pole with the spare pegs. If these pegs were, I don't think we'd have caught him on that line. But who knows? So Neil, it's given me a good lesson today. Even though it's going to be close between us, I would have never have fed that pole line yet. I still think it's another month away, but fair play to him. We've had a really good scrapping last night. It's been really good. Enjoyed it. Just see what the way. Let's see what the way. Right, that's interesting today. That were a great lesson today for me and anybody about swim management. Fishing's all about swim management in my planning different things out, and Southfield is a great example of that. And that's why I'm always watching other anglers where they're catching, what lines are on, because it's amazing. I've weighed 17 fish today, and I've won the match for £38. And Neil stayed at side of me. He's had same amount, 17, he's weighed 35. So I think we're first and second. But if he hadn't been there, I wouldn't have caught £38. Might still have caught £20, but I wouldn't have caught £38. And that's because he fed a pole line. And he fed a pole line, he kept picking the pole up. And he caught one, then he caught another. And I thought, I'd better feed it. And I ain't got a pole set up. So I underarmed it about 14 metres and emptied it 3 times with 2 hours to go. Now, there's been a lot of fish on that line. I've had £20 in the last hour. I caught some big ones. I didn't catch them for an hour, then they come in. But the example was, never got a liner, and never got an indication, and I fished at 30 and 50, and never got a liner, never got an indication. And that's what happens at Southfield. It does your head in. You think, well, you've got to be getting liners and indications on that line, which tells you to go on it like you do on other places. Southfield, it's 3 foot deep, but you never get signs of the fish are there. It's the weirdest place in the world. So basically, I've fished 50 metres, and I've had 7, and Neil had 7, and then he's come up pole, he's got a couple, went back on it. He's fished a great match, to be fair. He deserved to win it, really, not me. He fished a really good match. And he kept feeding it, going on it, feeding on it, and he always got indications. And I went on my 30 metre line, and I never got a sign, never got a line, I never caught a fish there. And that's where the fish have been. So I don't think anybody's really caught on that line. And it was quite weird. And then we're an hour and 10 minutes to go. I've underarmed it, and I'm just thinking, oh, it's not going to go this. And also, it's gone. I've got on £4, chucked in again, and I got 3 4-pounders in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I finished up, I think I caught 8 or 9 fish, skimmers and bream on that line. I must have caught £20 on that line in the last hour. And it just goes to show, like, I never had a sign. fishing past that. My line was going through there, but I never had a sign. If Neil hadn't been there today, I would not have fed that line because I thought it was too early in the season. And when I talked to him after, it was quite interesting how he does it, and he wasn't surprised. He said, "Well, wind's blowing at us," which were right. He says, and he thinks it pushes them in. And I was like, wow. So that's 2 examples, last 2 matches, last Sunday and today. I haven't fed a short line, but yeah, the fish have turned up. So it's a great example about swim management. And sometimes you know the water a bit too well or whatever. I don't know, but I've got out of jail today because when I put on it, they rocked up and there were big uns, and I've had a great last hour. So we've won match. So happy days. Feel a bit for Neil because he put me on it, and I've caught him up because he was 13-7 in me at one time, and I've caught him back up, and I think we both finished it with 17 fish. So, and I thought we'd about 32. I knew there was nothing in it at the end, but I thought we'd 32 pound, and he weighed 35. When he weighed that, I thought I was a bit worried, but I weighed 38. But no, I quite like Neil. We've been talking about Leeds, and he's a rugby league man. We've been talking about rugby league, so we've been on about that all day, and talking about Ireland, and we've been talking about lots of things. And I like to talk to him about, because he's into management of rugby league, and he's into the mindset of what coaches are like, and so am I. So we sometimes talk about that. So we have some good conversations about the mentality of sport and what it does. And today we're a great example of that. The mentality is get it right, get your swims right. And like I said, I've got out of jail, but I got out of jail because of Neil, really. And but it was interesting. It's a good area, that. There's always fish in that area because it's like middle of the match length. But wow, we've had some big fish today. I bet I've had 2, maybe 3 4.5 pounders, and he's had the same. So we've got the same amount of fish, but I got away with it. I probably caught one bigger fish than him. So a good day, nice win. I'm going to order his Chinese now. Look at him. You see him? He's absolutely worn out. His lad. Look at him. So I'm going to have to wake him up in a minute to see if he wants any spring rolls with his Chinese. So a good night, a nice win. So that's 2 on trot. So really chuffed, and we'll see what happens. And everything. I made some good decisions today. I made some bad ones, but I'll be honest with you. Neil put me on that line today. I was gobsmacked when he caught a bream on it. I really was, honestly. And we didn't just catch one; we caught quite a few. Now, the strange thing is, on Sunday they might not be there because we get a bit more room on a Wednesday. It's peg 2, miss 1. You get a bit of room. They come in closer. They don't always come in closer on a Sunday. So wait and see. So yeah, good win. Happy with that today. So see what happens. Get me a Chinese order, settle down, and put telly and watch football and see if he wakes up.